Good morning. Well, today I'm going to stay with the theme of the nature reserves, but we're going to head out to the east coast near Skegness, a place called Gibraltar Point. So let's get over there and see what we can find there. Well, that's a hide I've never actually been in before, and as you can see, there's some parts of it where things are quite a good way off. Now, the only trouble when they're a good way off, unless you've got a massive lens with you, you're not really going to get a suitable picture. But the thing is, the wind was actually in my face, which meant that the birds was taking off into the wind away from me. Now, a different scenario, if you was in that hide with the wind actually behind you, what would happen is all those birds at some point, they take off, they come into the wind and they fly over you. That's when you can get a great shot. So still worth having a go. Now, I think what you've got to remember is if they're going to take off into the wind and they're coming towards you, they're also going to land into the wind. So the landing shots, they're a great shot as well. So that was the Harvey side. Well, if you notice, there was a big scrape in front of it without the water. Now that's because it's tidal. So if you imagine coming back here when the tide's in, because the moment the tide's out, when the tide's in, all that scrape will be covered with water, but you'll get your wading birds there, and the distance from the hide to that water is easily photographable. Yeah, you can easily take a great picture of a wading bird when the tide's in. Now, when the tide's out, what happens is a lot of the waders will go off over to the estuary, and they'll feed in the estuary because the tide's out and it's been replenished earlier that day with more food, more crustaceans, etc. So they'll be out in the estuary, and then when the tide comes back in, they'll come back over to the actual ponds over here. So that's something to bear in mind. We've obviously come a bit later in the day, and what's happened is the tide's now out, and that's why you can see that big scrape. But it's a great indication that when that's in, there's going to be some great opportunities to take great pictures. Well, that's it for today. Gibraltar Point is an excellent place to come and visit. It's around about 5:30 at tea time now. The sun is really in your face in these particular hides that I've just shown you. But if you can imagine in the morning, the sun's going to be behind you, the tide's going to be in, it's going to be lighting all this area up. It's got to be a winner, got to be a winner. So well worth a visit. Just up the road you've got Frampton Marsh, and then a little bit further you've got Freeston Shore. Those are two different nature reserves, so again they're well worth a visit. It's great to be on the coast, and to see different things. You never know what you're going to get. Obviously, you need to spend some time down here. There were some spoonbills earlier on. We've missed them because what's happened is the tide's gone out. They've gone over to the estuary to feed, so they'll be back later on this evening in the pools. So they'll be there all tomorrow morning. And there's been various amounts of them. They're wonderful to see. But at the moment, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.